Russians changed their maximalist demands, which is they want more territory than they occupy. They want to demilitarize Ukrainian military. They want a regime change in Ukraine. They want signatures by everybody involved that there be no NATO expansion. And the list goes on. All of those demands are really quite unreasonable. What Putin has been counting on is that he believes the United States and Ukraine want a peace agreement and a ceasefire much more than they do. And I think that evidence is pretty clear now after many weeks. They're willing to talk, but they're not willing to negotiate anything that's realistic.
Do you believe
that's where we stand.
I know you communication, you're very well respected at the White House. Do you believe the president is beginning to realize that Putin is not the guy that he was, and is not interested at all in peace? And at one point, he's going to let Congress and their massive sanctions work their way through with a veto-proof vote?
Well, I think the president certainly understands that Putin has been playing this and dragging this out as long as it possibly can. I think where the president is, he wants to hold on to this relationship. He believes in personal diplomacy. He knows once he cracks down with crippling sanctions, and hopefully what Putin will really pay attention to is continued military assistance to Ukraine. Once that happens, I think the president believes that relationship is likely significantly tarnished. So he wants to see if this is going to work. Certainly he knows full well that Putin has been dragging this out for his own interest. Where I think Putin really is that he wants to continue this war. He's 39 months into the war, and he hasn't toppled Ukraine, which he said he was going to do in a week. That is enormous pressure. That's the same amount of time the United States went into Europe and Africa and toppled the Nazi regime, 39 months. And Putin is at this, and look at, he's failed, and he's still failing in terms of what his objective is. He wants to continue this fight on his terms. And the reason is his presidency is at stake. He can't fail in front of his people, he believes.
Right.
And as a result of that, he would be significantly diminished. They may push for another leader, and likely he could be assassinated once he came out of office. He knows all of that is the playbook that he's dealing with.
And they almost blew his